In this one, we're talking about people who, you know what, I just realized I've made a big mistake in this. What's up guys, and welcome back. This week I'm going to take a little break from the new header series while I'm waiting on getting a couple things set up for that. And today I'm going to talk about 5 kinds of cars that I hate to see come in the shop. Now, by types of cars, I don't mean make and model. That's a different video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about more really about the owners, but the types of cars that as soon as I see them, I know the job's not going to go well. So number one, we're going to start with a type of customer or car that I call the rolling dumpster. Hey man, ready for my oil change? Just kick all that trash out of the way. That's going to be just fine. Now the rolling dumpster, this is the kind of customer that you're going to smell before you see. Generally, this car shows up and there's trash piled shoulder deep in the thing everywhere, and then they show up wanting you to do a bunch of interior work and you have to dig your way in even to get to it, or you go to get something out of the trunk and it's 5 feet under just garbage and clothes. And just when you see this car roll in, you know it's not going to be a pleasant afternoon. Number 2, this customer I like to call the super ricer. Hey man, I'm here for my oil change. Make sure you put that super amazing synthetic oil in this. It's basically a super car that, you know, they made that people don't know about, and I'm putting a turbo on it next week, so, you know, take care of it. This is generally a guy who's sort of a casual car enthusiast, and then when he gets to the shop, suddenly feels like he wants to fit in with everyone. So as soon as he sees a nice car in the parking lot or notices that you've got a car that's got stuff done to it, he makes a beeline straight for you and then talks your head off the entire time that his car is there being worked on, telling you all kinds of elaborate plans for things he's going to do to it and how it's some sort of a special model that you've never heard of, that's the fastest thing ever built. Number 3, this customer I call Mr. I have no idea what repairs cost because I just don't ever have my car repaired. Hey man, I'm here to get my transmission replaced, but I heard online that shouldn't cost more than like $50 or $60, right? I don't want to spend, you know, too much money. This customer there's 2 ways you can tell you've got one of these. One, their car is generally in terrible shape because they never ever maintain it or keep it up. Number 2, as soon as you tell them a price, it's too much. Doesn't matter how much it is, it's always too much. They seem to think repairs should be free or very close to it, and when they're not, they're very upset. Hence, a lot of why their stuff never gets repaired. Number 4, I like to call this guy Mr. Don't Give a Crap. Hey man, I'm here for my oil change. I don't really want to put much money into this thing though. You know, it's a piece of junk. Whatever the cheapest thing is fine. This kind of customer is the guy who, once again, you're going to know by his car being a complete pile, but this is someone who doesn't think about their car, doesn't care about their car. To them, this is just a tool. And generally within the first 4 or 5 minutes of being there, they'll give you the whole speech of how this car is a piece of junk and they don't care about it and they're planning on getting rid of it anyway, so they don't want to put any money into it. And I have personally seen one of these customers who was just about to get rid of their car for over 3 years. It's generally just that it's not important to them, they don't care, and they will never pay more than rock bottom to repair it. And then they're rolling around in cars that are horrible pieces of junk, which they will complain to you about, despite the fact that if they were maintained properly, could be really nice cars. Number 5, I call this one the mint collectible. Hey man, I'm here for my oil change. Don't touch it. Don't touch the car. Back away. Okay, I need it serviced. But could you service the car without being near it at all? Now, I'm not talking about cars that have actual collector's value and are worth something. I understand being more protective of those. But more often than not, you're going to get a lot of customers who think a little too highly of their cars And I understand being protective of cars, even if they're not worth anything. I like to take as good a care as I can of my cars also. But some of these guys are way over the top. They come in with a car that they've gotten in their head is this either really rare thing or worth a lot or just this amazing vehicle. And then they're so overprotective of it that it gets in the way of you doing your job. For example, they'll either hover over you the entire time you're working on the car, second guessing everything that you do, which of course slows you down in getting it repaired. Or, and I've had this happen too, they won't even want you to drive the car in. They'll ask to drive the car in and out of the bay themselves, which a lot of shops cannot do. Or they will severely limit what you can do to try to repair it. Either they don't want you in the interior, or they don't want you to touch this, or they don't want you to touch this, or they won't let you test drive it to see what the noise is. And this guy, I'm all for loving your vehicle, but it makes it impossible to keep these cars repaired. So that was the 5 types of cars that I hate to see come into the shop. Maybe you can relate, maybe you've seen some of these cars. If you have, let me know down in the comments, or if you're one of these people, let me know down in the comments. Sorry for calling you out. Make sure you like this video, it helps my channel grow. Make sure you share it to whoever you think might like it, and make sure that you're subscribed to my channel and that you've hit the bell icon. For this video, I'm out of here and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and peace.